Hey, I'm Nate, and I'm gonna walk you through all the details of our third and largest encounter in the Hellscape, the Soulcage Vault. This massive build is full of all sorts of crazy things, embedded LED pieces, magma rivers, the Soulcage itself, and our crazy huge Hellscape gate. You have to see this thing. Let's go take a look. So this is our massive Soulcage Vault. This is the biggest encounter in our Hellscape campaign, and this thing is just packed full of ridiculous awesomeness. So, all the way around the outside, we have a huge variety of bread and butter pieces. We have all the floors, walls, corners that you could want, a whole pack of trifecta pieces in there, all the little fiddly bits you need to make any sort of elaborate build work. We also have a one set of our core lava pieces. I walked through those in encounter 1, but it's the 4x4 wall, 4x4 floor, this lava drip corner fill. And there's a whole bunch of these in here. I think we've got 6 of them in here, something, 4 of them. I don't know, a lot of them. Very useful. I love this little piece. So we also have a full pack of the new spouted floor. This is another new sculpt, big 4x4 floor with a lot of space to put some stuff on or have a good combat on. Not too much danger in that one, but it's still beautiful. We have a full stalagmite pack in here, including the towering stalagmite, the rising stalagmite, pointy stalagmite, stalagmite corner fill, and this big beauty, the tri-spire. This thing is awesome, right? So it's this weird rock that's been warped by dark magic. So it's all spiky and jaggedy, very hell-like, right? Dripping magma. It's got infernal runes carved into it there. And it's got LEDs embedded, so it's got flickering fire LEDs in there. So this thing will just glow on your table. It's really, really cool geometry. Toby was working up the geometry on this thing, and then Nina made it extra evil. We also have a variety of banks in here. It's a weird hodgepodge of banks. To enter in here, we have the big 4x6 lava cave entrance piece. I walked through this thing in Encounter 2. So in Kickstarter 2, we did our flat lava rivers, and this time we decided to step it up with these rippling magma rivers. So it took a long time to sort of figure out what the texture of these was going to be, how they would not look like water, how they could be omnidirectional. We wanted to have a sense of flow, but you didn't know if it was flowing this way or that way because you want to be able to build the tiles in either direction. So we have this interesting current that is kind of rippling perpendicular to the direction of the flow. So it just looks, I don't know, like slow, viscous magma. Hey, go figure. There's a cool raised area up here we can use maybe to do a heroic leap across. It's a good 15 feet across there, so you really need a strength of 15 or higher to make that jump without a roll. And this thing looks, it's beautiful alone, and then you illuminate it and it just pops to life. We've got the cracks go all the way down the sides. I don't know if you can see that, right? You know it's a Dwarven Forge piece when we care about every single millimeter of the thing. So this is this is straight, and all these magma river pieces are 4x4. So 4x4 straight. This is our curved piece, gently curving around the river there. There's a handy stepping stone where many foolhardy adventurers will try and cross. Is foolhardy even a word? I know foolhardy, right? Well, it's a word now. We are foolhardy. They're beyond foolhardy, they're foolhardy. Their whole heart is, those cracks on the sides, illuminated from up. Super cool. And you can see the magma is pushing the stones up on the side. It's starting to cool around the edges, and it's pushing these stones up on the side. So once again, everything is in motion and very active, right? We wanted the whole thing to feel dynamic and moving and dangerous. This is our diagonal. So it's another option for a curve. So we we only have one straight piece, we have two curving pieces because we didn't want the magma rivers to just be like straight arrows. We want the stuff to twist and turn. So this is, it's a diagonal piece, so you can use it to build diagonal runs or curves or both. In this case here, we're using a diagonal and a curve and two T's to make like a pool section. Like, you can use them to make a diagonal run if you want. They also work really well with another curve. And this thing has a cool lava spout right there, just spilling more magma. You see it displacing the other magma around it. Of course, glowing. It's got tons of those cracks on the back, and lava spouts. This is our T intersection piece. This lets you have a turn off, connect two rivers, have it split in a Y. In this case, we were using it to build like a pool. Illuminated, big spilling magma coming off the side there. Another active spout where it's just spilling out. And this, we're really happy with the, Aaron did a whole bunch of paint jobs to find something that had the right feeling of being hot and moving and would look good alone and illuminated. It's really it's a challenge, but we got there. Super exciting results. This is our end piece where the river goes right through the wall. Look at that, you can see. Clean right through there. And it's just enough space that, maybe some crazy halfling with a death wish is going to try and squeeze through there on some sort of makeshift boat or something. Or I don't know. It's up there to encourage some sort of heroic shenanigans. This thing, of course, looks unbelievable. Illuminated. We have this is a cracked stepping stone, so maybe you want to jump on there, but it could lead to just nothing but tragedy. We'll see. And then this builds right in line with the rest of our pieces, so you can use this to terminate your river or start your river. You could have one of these on either side, sort of flow out. In this case, we're using it to transition our river from sort of one room into the other. And at the end of that transition, we have this piece, which is sort of magma transition piece that lets you drop down to a phantasmal filter or a terrain tray or to the table, or you could even, if you wanted, just go down one level. If you wanted to just drop down one floor level like banks, you could do that also. And this thing, look at this, just look at the fluid dynamics in there, the sort of the magma rippling around those rocks and pushing its way down. These go wonderfully with our new phantasmal filters. Here we have a magma flow phantasmal filter. It's going to look something like this. As the name implies, they are an illusion. They look opaque and awesome, and you can use them opaque, or you can illuminate them and they come to life, and you get to see some extra details in there. And it's an illusion. It's phantasmal. Yeah, these things just look awesome on the light boxes. And you can definitely expect to see more of those if they're well received, and it seems like you guys are already excited about them. So yay, we'll make more. So our last magma river piece is this big waterfall. So it's a lava waterfall, and it's gonna have flickering LEDs in there to give it a little extra life. And you can just feel it, magma dripping its way down there, feel all that texture. And looks amazing. Illuminated. We have stones that are just magma's pouring over. It feels like it's fresh and they're about to be buried. And on the back of this thing, in DF tradition, we have some thoughtful touches. We have a little Dwarvenite vein here and this cool skeleton that Nina put in there. Could be a little dragon. It could be a demon. I think it's supposed to be a demon. I don't know. It's up to you. Could be there from ages past. Maybe it's new. Maybe it's getting animated. Maybe it's a dormant Draco Lich. Who knows? But it's there, and it looks damn cool. This is designed. It's designed to work really nicely with our rising walls, which we'll sell in a pack, so you can get them extra if you need them to go up here. It also works in line with just our regular pieces if you want. It's quite a step up, but it works. It's 88 millimeters high You may think it's a strange height, but it is exactly the height of 2 elevation blocks and then a floor. So you could put 2 elevation blocks and then another river piece and be level. If you want to do some crazy multi-level nonsense, which, come on, you know you want to do that. Just next to this magma waterfall over here, we have this little devil's plinth and devil's talisman. There's one also in this alcove over here. So we got 2 of these in here. Love this little sculpt. This is a Michelle classic in here. This cool, nasty plinth, and the hamster gave it blood on the top and everything. It just looks really evil. Of course, we made it, you know, semi-generic so that you could put it kind of with anything, but it's a great way to sort of freestand your pole accessories kind of anywhere you want. You know, you can put any of your old pole accessories, even your old ones, like your screaming skeleton from the Necromancer pack. Anything works in there. In this case, we have these devil talismans in there. And these, in this encounter, these things are, it's a little teleporting system. They get you from point A to point B to make this combat even more crazy and dynamic. This room is just gonna be insane. And I like to, you know, turn it up to 11 a little bit. Next to this idyllic magma fall, we have the Soulcage, the namesake of this very room. So let's start with the base here. So this is the pedestal of pain. Oh wait, what is this inside the Soulcage? It's Altar. What are you doing in there? This guy has been in prison for perhaps an eternity. I don't even know how long. He's white sticked in there. Zaltar, you fool. How did you get trapped by? He clearly made a bad deal with the devil. The pedestal of pain, big, beefy, 4x4 footprint. It's got little steps built in to get your way up here. On the top, we have a rune carved circle embedded in there with then this swirling magma. It's kind of unnaturally swirling, so maybe it's a portal, maybe it's just a bubbling sacrificial pit, maybe it's a gate, maybe it's where some slumbering devil resides. Who knows, but it's clearly evil, whatever it is. And as if it wasn't evil enough, we have 3 pole accessory holes in there, so you can decorate it up. Something that we've done a bunch that looks really cool is take these battlement blades from the castle builder system, put those in there, because they look really awesome. So you can dress this up and make it look however evil you'd like. It's got a bunch of flickering flame LEDs in there to give it extra illumination. We topped this thing off with the Soulcage. This thing is of infernal make. It's clearly a place you draw in and capture a whole host of souls, or perhaps you put some unlikely prisoner in there to slowly torment them and drain them of their soul. Lots of things you could do with this. And so masterfully sculpted. Eli put all these cool runes all over this thing, demonic faces. There's even stuff inside. I can't even show you, it's too hard to see in there. There's little faces inside to taunt the prisoners. Spiky bits. Yeah, definitely not the kind of place you want to be trapped in. And it sits so wonderfully up here. But of course, you know, you can freestand it in your builds anywhere you want. This thing, the sides here are flat, so you could build it into other elevation pieces. If you have a stairway to violence, you could put the pedestal of pain and the stairway of violence can sit right next to each other. They can nestle side by side. We even made there's a little thing that juts out here in the side of the stairway to violence. We made an indent here so they would fit. They could snuggle right up next to each other and make just a giant platform of pain. And you can also take the top of the stairway to violence if you want, and you can throw that on there and just have an absurd trip up to just certain doom at the top, right? That's where things are going to get terrible. So finally, this is the cornerstone of the whole thing, the Hellscape gate. This thing is so massive, and the pack comes with like 15 different pieces that I have a whole walkthrough video for this alone. So we'll put a walkthrough video up of this thing alone because it's just loaded with features and pieces. It's got Necromancer's drawbridge, it's got pole accessories, it's got flame portcullis, it's got the infernal doors in the back. It's about 9 inches high. All of these are pole accessories, manual winch. It's like It's got the works. It's got a removable grate in the bottom. It's like, this thing is outrageous. And it'll be in a pack all its own that you guys can buy. It goes great with castles. We'll do a whole walkthrough video so you can check that thing out. But it's really the capstone on this thing. And Eli just went nuts sculpting all these runes and relief figures of devils. And it's really, this thing is just outrageous. Dragon skulls, capping the chains. Everything, all the infernal details you could want in a gatehouse, the Hellscape gate. That covers the Soulcage vault. And of course you have, there's a bonus pack that'll connect this to Encounter 2 passage pack, which has a bunch of passage pieces also. So you can make one big, long, crazy hell adventure. All right, enjoy. So that's it. You can get all of this in our Hellscape Kickstarter, which is running now until July 1st, 2019. If you're watching this after that time, you should subscribe and ring the bell so you'll find out about our next Kickstarter and all the other cool Dwarven Forge news. So that's it. Back to the anvil for us. Bye.